Quack, quack. Truth is, if it existed, we wouldn't know. We only see what they show. Biden says $3.5 trillion budget has to be cut back $1.5 trillion. Does this mean funding all programs existing and new with less funding, or plans to cut existing programs? Sounds like a gimmick to me. Richmond says the unity of purpose needs to bring down the cost of medication, prescription drugs, and health care. Make sure that we have the child care tax credit, cut taxes for the working families, focus on what programs we are going to deliver, how they ensure that they have child care for parents so that they can enter the workforce and stay in the workforce to meet the needs and vision of President Biden's agenda. So, fund some programs or fund them all. Funding some with indefinite funding to run indefinitely, or all of them with budget caps to possibly go out of business later or not be renewed at expiration. Richmond said that the tax credit for children raised 50% of Americans out of poverty. Senator McCain says we can't pay for essential Social Security programs like Social Security and Medicare. This is the definition of fiscal insanity, spending trillions more on new and expanded government programs. Now, go figure, more and more immigrants are coming to visit, if not permanently reside in the U.S. I touched on this with the newly emancipated Taliban in the U.S., inviting them willingly with transportation. And you have, the vice president asking countries to basically frontline and protect our borders, patrol the borders for the United States. Those countries believe that it's in their national interest not to support the U.S., meaning that, like I said before, the borders are not being protected or patrolled sufficiently. Our security and safety is at jeopardy. Reports of thousands and thousands of immigrants crossing the border in Texas, 20,000 at a time basically, in terms crossing Texas, probably Arizona as well as New Mexico. This is more of a crisis if you ask me. What we need, what needs to happen is some decisive action and some precise, execution, you know what I mean, on protecting our country and our borders, man, the United States, the Mexican border, the Canadian border, and, the United States-Russian border, you know what I mean, the maritime border. I'm not feeling like we're safe at home, They need to be sourcing out, any threat here within our country and eliminating any threat lurking around our borders and our international waters, or any group terrorizing, any terrorist groups or individuals jeopardizing our humanity